Greater Bowie Chamber of Commerce presents the Bowie Business Journal, a program designed to keep our community informed about important business and economic issues.
Welcome to Bowie Business Journal. I'm Cindy Freland, host and co-producer. Today our show is about marketing. So we hope that our wonderful guests will be able to help you grow your business and understand marketing and advertising a little bit better. Our guests today are Cheryl Hokanson. Welcome, Cheryl.
Hi, Cindy.
And Les Murphy. Welcome, Les.
Hi, Cindy.
Cheryl, can you let us know what your business is, what your company name is, and what you offer, please?
Sure. The name of my company is Impressive Promotional Products. We're located in Crofton. Basically, we can put a logo on anything, which helps to promote anybody's business, team, or organization. Go on. Sorry. If you can imagine, as a salesperson, you can't be everywhere. So think of these as your silent salespeople. You give somebody a pen or something that sits on their desk. It's constantly reminding them of your business. And of course, you want to put your contact information on it so it's continually working for you. It's a low cost way to get your name out to your target audience.
Mm-hmm. And where would you use something like that?
Promotional products? Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh. So many different ways. Say you're doing a direct mail campaign and you want to put a little something in there, like, can I give you an example?
Sure.
This is a fun little item that you just stick on your phone and you can peel it off and wipe the screen clean and stick it back on the phone. This happens to be my company with my information on it, but it's a useful item, which is one of the rules I always say when you're picking a promotional product. Pick something someone's going to use so it doesn't end up in the circular file. You know,
right?
You want them to use it over and over again. Every time they see it, it creates an impression in their mind. Believe it or not, they are registering the name of your company and your phone number, hopefully your website. So when they do need you, they've got that information handy.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Impressive promotional products.
Yes.
Yes. Les, thank you for joining us again. What can you tell us about your business? First of all, what is your business and what you offer?
Well, the business is supportwhatyoulike.com. And basically what it is, it's a way for people who don't really want to get involved with social media to use referrals to grow their business. Businesses have friends, businesses have satisfied customers. And it's time that businesses turn those friends and satisfied customers into salespeople for their business. We make that very easy. We take an ad, and it could be a video, could be a display ad, could even be a text ad. And we put it on our site, and then people going to that ad can just click a button and then share what they like about your company and your ad with their friends on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or any other social media site.
Wow, all at the same time.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay.
Now, one of the things we found is that we were bringing people business, but they weren't converting the traffic to their website into actual sales. So we have been, over the last 6 months, broadening what we do to include online marketing, so that when the traffic goes to their site, they have what's needed in place to turn every one of those or a portion of those into actual either newsletter subscriptions or actual dollars coming in.
Okay, wow. Thank you. Very interesting. Cheryl, when did you start your business, and what do you like best about your business?
I started my business about 5 years ago. What I like best about it is every day is a new challenge. Not all of my customers are the same, and what I come up with is not a cookie cutter solution. I actually get a chance to sit down and ask you about your business. I'll have someone come in and say, I want a pen. Why? Sometimes they they haven't even thought about that or who they're trying to target. There are 10,000 pens on the market. There is a pen for everybody, and they don't have to be boring. So I think it's fun when somebody comes in and says, I want this, and I end up talking them into something else, and they're so excited because they hadn't thought about that. So I just like helping people. I like to help small businesses grow their business. It's exciting for me because I feel like kind of these products have become my little babies that help somebody else grow their business. So that's what I like best about it.
So you're also a consultant.
Yes,
Figure out.
I totally take a consultative view to my business. There's a lot of people out there that are just order takers. You know, you want 1,000 pens and how many color, and they're done with you. Can I show the one example? I think this kind of shows, I had a customer who owns an auto repair company, and he was participating in a golf tournament. This is one of those events that I help people with. You have to have something to give away to promote your business. He said, you know, just take my logo and stick it on a towel. Okay, well, I could have done that. My husband's a graphic designer, and he came up with this drive safely with the golf ball and the logo. Now, the customer did not ask for that, and I'm sure 99 people in my field would have just taken his logo and stuck it on a towel, just like he asked. But he got this, and he was so thrilled, and it actually got people's attention when they got it, and he got a lot of compliments on it. So doing something like this is what I believe sets us apart, is our creativity.
Great, thank
Thank you.
Drive safely for those that are listening.
Drive
does have to do with cars and with
and
golf.
golf.
Okay, well, thank you. That's
Thanks for
very
making
creative.
the connection.
Yes, that's very creative. Yes. Les, when did you start your business, and what do you like best about it?
Well, actually, it started in 1996, and it started as a directory, shopbowie.com. But we found we were expanding beyond Bowie, and it was hard to compete with a lot of the big directories like Super Pages and Yellow Pages. So we expanded it to be a referral site because, as most people know, having friends recommend you is the best way to grow your business. So we turned it into a referral site. But a little bit like what Cheryl was saying, when we do the online marketing, we talk to the people because everybody's different. Not everybody wants to go viral. I have a client right now who wants 5 customers in the summertime. And that's all she wants. So you have to direct it for what they need. And we do that through a series of telephone calls. Well, first we start with a form, and then a telephone call, and then the person gets on the computer with us, and we show exactly where they need to go to improve their business.
Okay. Cheryl, no, we already asked that question. Why did you start your business?
It's not what I grew up saying I'm going to be a promotional product salesperson, but I actually had a 19-year career as a flight attendant.
Really?
So a fun little tidbit there. You know, 9/11 happened and things happened, and I wanted to be home more with my kids. So I actually took a job with University of Phoenix doing sales. And you know, it just wasn't me. But during my networking for that company, I met somebody in this business, and I worked for him part-time. And then the opportunity came up. My in-laws actually purchased a business for us because my husband's a graphic designer, and he's worked in the ad agency business for over 25 years. They thought, well, this would be great for him because, as you know, in advertising, when the economy tanks, sometimes a lot of advertising people lose their jobs.
Right.
So we just thought this would be a good way to insulate against that. So at first, I ran the business on my own, and my husband did, you know, artwork for me at night and weekends, and that got to be a little much. So as the business grew, he quit his job, and he now works full time with me.
Wow, that's
great.
great.
As the business has grown.
Very
so
good.
and it complements. I could never do what he does, and he can't do what I do. So we make a good team.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's great. What about you, Les? Why did you start yours?
Well, basically, I had a couple of products a long time ago, and I just found for a small business, it was very difficult to advertise. It was too expensive, and like a newspaper, you had to be very large, have a very large ad to have any impact. And that always bothered me, and then I thought online marketing became a thing. And I said, this is it. Now, any business, no matter how small, can have a presence and start getting business, and very effective advertising for small business, better than most of the other forms of advertising. As you know, you're a Facebook person. Facebook brings a lot of business to small businesses. And we just wanted to have the opportunity to let people get in on business at a ground level, and they don't have to spend a lot of money. And that's really why I started.
That's great. Both of you have very helpful businesses. I know that Facebook is up to 1 billion worldwide users right now. Wow. 1 billion users.
If you're not out on there, you're missing out on a
right,
golden
exactly.
opportunity.
If you're not on Facebook and you're not
and you own a business,
and you're not using it for your business, and you don't have a business Facebook page and post on it regularly, you're missing out on free advertising.
Right.
Free advertising to possibly 1 billion people. It's very important.
And they change enough. Facebook changes so often that it keeps you in business, because you have to change the tabs, change the profile. But it's the same with LinkedIn and Twitter now. Now we have Pinterest. The whole social media marketing is a constantly changing form. So you have to keep up with it, or have somebody that's going to keep up with it for you. And that's what we do. And I know that's what you do for your customers on Facebook.
Yes. Cheryl, do you have any events coming up, or any specials that you want? And by the way, all of our information is in the credits at the end, in case you want to link up with any of us. So the credits will be at the end of the show. And so do you have any events?
At this time, I don't have any events that Impressive Products is participating in. I'm busy right now just meeting with spring sports teams and schools, and of course it's the trade show season coming up. So people need their tablecloths and their giveaways and things like that. So that's where I'm concentrating most of my efforts at this point.
Okay, so your products would be great for trade shows.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right,
absolutely.
great.
You don't want to spend all that money on being at a trade show and then not having anything for people to take away with your information on it.
Right. I had some wooden nickels. I had some wooden nickels for probably 10 years because I didn't go to many trade shows. But the people that picked up those wooden nickels were like, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. This is great. So, and it had a promotion on the back and my company name and the information, so it was great.
Because if you just go there and you don't have anything, how do you measure? You know, maybe somebody picked up a pen and they say, hey, you had a promotion on the pen. Hey, I got this pen at such and such. Now you know that, well, that worked, me going to that trade show. I picked up 10 customers from that. So you need to measure. You don't just hand them out willy-nilly. You got to have a plan.
Right. Yeah, I had some hot pink and purple pens from another business that I owned that I stopped a couple of years ago because I was way too busy to keep all. I actually had 3 at a time.
You can't do everything.
No, no, I can't. I'd like to be able to do everything, but no, I can't. So I quit that business, but the pens were hot pink and purple, and they were really pretty. And somebody told me, this was before social media, somebody told me that they saw one of my pens in Florida. But it was a hot pink and purple pen. It could have been just somebody else that had a hot pink, but I'd like to think that it was my pen.
Sure, why not? You never know where they end up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Les, do you have any any events coming up where we can come see you?
Not now. We're actually developing a series of webinars that are going to be starting in the beginning of February.
Oh, good.
And they're going to be free, and it just shows people what online marketing is about and all the new things that they probably don't know about that's available to them.
Okay.
With Facebook, you can put tabs with coupons, sweepstakes. When you have a film or you have a video, you can put things in the video now you could never put in it before. And it's just to let people know what's available so they can sort of fit and see how it works with their business. And that'll be in February, and we'll start the ball rolling on that.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, beginning of February, end of February, do you have a time frame?
Well, it's going to start in the beginning of February. We're going to shoot for February 1st, but like everything, it'll probably be February 5th.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Cheryl, are you a member of the Greater Bowie Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And
A
when
fairly new member.
okay. How long have you been a member?
Just a little over a year.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the benefits that you've enjoyed, or what do you think are the good benefits of joining a chamber?
Well, of course, you know, reaching out to businesses that either didn't know you existed or you didn't know existed, and just making those local connections, because, you know, like most of us, we like to support local business. It's absolutely helped me grow my business. Kelly Pierce is wonderful to work with, and she's definitely good at directing. I've had several calls that she has told people, well, you got to call Cheryl, you know, you need promotional products, call Cheryl. So it's nice. It's a very friendly group. It's my New Year's resolution to get out to some more events this year. So get out of my little hole there and network a little bit more.
And we do have an event coming up next Wednesday.
I'll be there.
Which is the our monthly mixer.
Right.
So if you need any of the information, and you don't have to be a member of the chamber to come out to any of the events. So again, the information for the Bowie Chamber will be at the end of the show.
Okay.
We'll have the credits at the end, and we do have a fashion show coming up in April, and which is includes the Taste of Bowie, and includes a lot of the restaurants, and they'll have samples of their food. We have. Hopefully Vinay will have her huge hat. She has this huge hat. I mean, it's a gigantic hat. And she didn't wear it, was it last year or the year before? But everybody was saying, why didn't you wear your hat? So it's Vinay. Vinay is the vice president of the Bowie Chamber of Commerce. So she's on the women's committee, the committee for the event. And that's going to be in April. And then we have in June, we have the golf tournament, and I'm not sure exactly. It's usually at Bowie or Crofton. And then we have the Women's Expo, which will be the 4th year, the Women's Expo in September. And then we have the wonderful holiday mixer and silent auction with a lot of donated prizes that you can bid on. And I won something from some really good restaurants.
Nice.
So that was nice. So we've
good.
actually used some of them already, the coupons, bottles of wine, and gift cards and things like that. So that's worked out really nicely. So those are just some of the events. And then the monthly networking mixers are really good too. And again, the information will be at the end of the show. So you don't have to be a member to come to any of the events. Okay. So what else can you tell us about the chamber?
The Bowie Chamber. Like I said, I've only been a member for a little over a year, and the first event I went to was the unveiling of the new town hall.
Oh, okay.
And I was, well, of course, being a new person, you're kind of like shy because I was like, whoa, I don't know anybody here. But I felt very welcomed, and I was so impressed with the building. It's beautiful.
It is.
And just hearing the mayor talk about, you know, how much it was going to cost and how much money they saved, I was just really impressed that people could come together and you know, have a goal and do it even better, you know. Bowie's a great place to live and work. I'm right down the road, but I'm just impressed with all the museums here, and it's just Bowie's just a wonderful place.
Yeah, I've been here for a long time.
So I'm from Prince George's County. I wasn't brought up in Bowie, but I'm just amazed at the community spirit here, and that town hall is just gorgeous.
It is.
That was my first taste of a Bowie Chamber event, and I was very impressed.
What about you, Les? You're a member of the Bowie Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, I've been a member, I guess, for about 2 years, maybe 3 years. I really like the mixers. It does give you an opportunity to meet people in the Bowie area.
Right.
And what I have not done is participated in the multi-chamber mixers, where you get an opportunity to meet people from different chambers. And I haven't done that so far, but I really hope to do it. I also attended a couple of classes that they gave in the chamber, and that was interesting, little seminars about business. And frankly, I don't think I've taken advantage of all the opportunities that the Chamber offers. So one thing I want to do this year is actually explore some more things that I can get from the Chamber. And yes, Kelly is great. She's absolutely fantastic. And so does the rest of the staff.
Yes, yes, they are.
Everybody does a really nice job. So I'm impressed with the Chamber.
Good. Good. Okay. All right, now we would like to talk about our topic. Marketing is, there's so much confusion and people just don't know what to do. They try to spend money on things that they think or that they've heard, they've been told are going to do them some good. I myself have spent quite a bit of money and without results. And I'm not going to go into detail about those because I would like to hear from you two about what you think are good marketing, good ways of spending your money, spending your time. You don't necessarily have to spend money because as we just talked about, Facebook is free and social media is free. There are ways of advertising that are paid on all of them, I believe. I know particularly on Facebook there's 3 ways of doing it that are paid. But if you could explain a little bit about what you suggest, Cheryl.
I think when you're looking at marketing your business, you need to take like a multi-layered approach to looking at it. Like you said, I think you should have a mix of Facebook, you know, all the free things that you can do. Why not? They're free. Take advantage of them.
Right.
2, a chamber membership or several chamber memberships. Definitely get your name out there. Do I think that's going to be the bulk of your business? Probably not. Not to say that it's bad. I think it's great. You know, you want to be a part of your community. But you really have to know your target market. You know, you just don't want to throw money out there all over the place and not get the results. And you mentioned that too, without results. If you're not measuring what you're doing, how do you know what to keep doing or what not to do? You go to a trade show, like I said, you want to know how many people actually called you back or you set appointments for. You know, you put an ad in the newspaper, like you said, you had your little ad in there and you got no responses. And I think it depends on your business too. For me, print ads don't work for me.
Okay.
That's not to say it wouldn't work for you or you know, you have to know what's best for you.
Right.
I do think a little mix, and of course I'm in the promotional products business, so of course I'm going to say you have to have promotional products, but it really has been proven that this is one of the least expensive ways to promote your business per impression. You'll hear that with marketing.
Right.
Every time someone sees your logo or your information, it's an impression. This is pennies per impression. I think you're crazy not to spend any money on advertising. I mean, you have to spend some money. You just have to be smart about it. And when you're talking about marketing, one thing I have seen, first thing you start out with is in your business is a logo. Everybody has a logo. I mean, you see the golden arches, McDonald's. You don't even have to see the name. You know it's McDonald's. I've seen people show me some ads, and it's like every ad is a different format or different fonts, and people think you have to use a million colors. I think picking your logo is very important. The colors you pick are very important. How many colors you pick, because when you go to print it on a product, every time you have a color, there's a setup fee.
Right.
It costs you money. So, you know, less is more. You just have to be smart about it. And sometimes it's hiring a professional to point you in the right direction. It actually saves you money in the long run. So, and when you get the logo, make sure you get it in all the different formats and know what they're used for and where you can find it. I can't tell you how many companies are like, you just grab my logo off the website. It's like, no, you would not want me to print that because it would look like little dots everywhere.
Right.
It's pixelated and people don't know what a PDF, EPS, and that's fine. Just know where they are.
Right.
I think it's important to know that, you know, I need a JPEG for this and a PDF for that, and because you are going to advertise your business. You probably paid a graphic designer to come up with your logo, get it in all the formats you need, and know what at least know where they are.
Very good information. What about you, Les?
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. I think branding is very important for any business, but you're not always going to hit it out of the park the first time. You may have to change your brand a little bit, but when you're really ready to go forward, you ought to stick with what it is. Be the arches for McDonald's or whatever the branding is and the logo is. Also, you're going to make mistakes if you're starting off and you're trying to advertise. And you want to keep those mistakes to a minimum. You don't want to go out and spend $5,000 on something that's not going to work. And a lot of people do because they really don't know. They have to research it or find someone that you really trust. And it doesn't have to be an online marketer, but someone who's been in the business, could be a coach, who's going to give you a little bit of the guidelines so you don't spend a lot of money in the beginning. However, I don't believe going all free is a good thing for most businesses.
Right.
Sometimes you have to pay to get results, and sometimes you have to pay in the beginning to get results. Like Facebook, you may want to pay in the beginning and then live off the rest of it free. But you have to know which way to go. And the first thing to do is know the value of a customer. How much is a customer worth to you? And it's a simple formula. It's how much does the average person pay, spend in your store or at your business, how long they stay a customer, and multiply that by your overhead. Not your overhead, your profit margin. And that gives you how much a customer is worth. So now you know how much you can spend to get that customer because you have some an idea of what that customer is worth. And you also have to know who your customer is, and that takes a little bit of time. If you're spending all your time on people who have small businesses that make $5,000 a year, and companies that make $250,000 are really your customer, you're just wasting your time.
Right.
And the opposite's true. If you're trying to get $250,000 a year businesses, and really your market is $10,000 a year businesses, that you're wasting your time. But that's going to take a little time, and you want to do is keep your costs down as much as possible while you're trying to figure out exactly who that customer is.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anything else, Cheryl, that you'd like to add to our marketing topic?
Make sure you have logoed shirts. That's all I can say to everybody. And shame on me not wearing one today, but honestly, I've gotten jobs in the line at the grocery store. What do you do? You know, it's inexpensive, and why not advertise your business every chance you get? It's pretty inexpensive.
Very good. Shirts, jackets. I have a
Shirts,
jacket.
jackets, pens.
Yep. Yep.
They're, you know, I just think you're missing the mark if you're not taking every opportunity to blast your brand.
Yep. What about you, Les? What else can you add?
I can add one thing. There is an institution in my imagination, and it's called YouTube University.
Okay.
If you have the time, YouTube is going to have all the information you need. But you have to spend the time and listening to all the videos, and you will find everything there for free. Google and all the other search engines are another thing. And just to go on to search engines a little bit, everybody talks about SEO, which is search engine optimization. That's great for some companies. It's not great for other companies. And you should watch out for a company that's going to get you on the first page of Google on a search term that nobody's ever going to search. So everything's not equal, and you have to be a little careful, but go onto YouTube, type in the search, and you want to go with the latest information with the date, basically because things change so much in marketing right now. But begin to learn and educate yourself. And then when you talk to someone like me, you'll know whether I'm telling you the truth or actually are just blowing smoke. So,
yeah, YouTube is great because I watched 2 videos that were really helpful. I haven't used them yet, but the first one was how to change a toilet, and then also how to jumpstart a car. I haven't done either one of those myself yet, but they were good. They were great on YouTube. They were great on YouTube. So YouTube, this show will actually be on YouTube, hopefully today. So you can take a look at that. So we have to wrap up now. So Cheryl, thank you so much.
Thanks for
I
having
appreciate
me,
you
Cindy.
coming out. Great information. Les, thank you very much.
thanks for having me, Cindy.
Thank you for watching Bowie Business Journal, and I'll see you next time.